So when did all this start?
Well, last night I called Jean because we were seeing bubbles. And
Okay.
the water was going down the toilet, and then there was like noise from the bathtub. But then this morning we woke up to find someone using water and everything coming up out of the bathtub and the toilet.
Really, eh?
Yeah. Like really disgusting water.
Yeah, it's never fun when the main line backs up like this.
Oh man. I've only ever had like lemony foam coming up.
Oh, really, eh?
Yeah. And sometimes.
So what the plan is, I'm gonna try snaking it out from here. Rightfully, everything should connect. So everything should clear up from any point that's plugged. Good. I think I'm gonna have to try the smaller snake, which is weird. Yeah, well, it's getting stuck somewhere, so that might be the building trap. So we're gonna get everything going for you, John. Wonder if it's connected to the downspouts. I think I want to try the big snake through that one. What do you think, John? You think we get it? I think we're gonna. I think we're gonna. Yeah, because of what came up, eh? Yeah, no, I could definitely see why somebody would think that. The problem is it's in the main line, so it's whatever could have went down the toilet or anything, right? Toilet, sink, could be absolutely anything. So with that drain over there, I think that might be broken. Because I wasn't able to get any of my snakes through there. So that might be something you guys want to look into down the road, right? Are you hearing that over there? Yeah. Look at this, John. Look it over there. Whoa. John, you got a root problem. Or you also... You know what that is, John? That's a heating cable. So somebody made a bad connection and my snake went up the wrong way. fun. Wow. How's your drain inside?
For the moment, there's nothing coming up.
Can you go run everything and flush your toilet? Like run your bathtub and flush your toilet for me?
It went down before it came here. So
Okay.
I haven't looked in the cup. I'll put my gloves on and do that.
All right, thank you.
And the sink too?
Yeah, run the sink, run everything. Might as well, eh, John? Okay. Now. How do we go about fixing this, John? Do we cut it? Was that another heat trace there?
Yeah.
So that one's been... Okay, so I'm gonna cut that. What's that?
Will you be able to pull it out?
I don't know, because I don't know where it's leading to, right? Because like we were hearing it still over here.
When you were pulling on that, I could hear it coming down.
Yeah, like it's still in here, right? So if I pull that, it's hooked up still upstairs, up to the top.
Should I keep it running?
Is everything going down?
Yeah?
Yeah, you know what? Keep it running.
Okay.
And give your toilet a few more flushings every once in a while there. Thank you. Okay, so that's the issue. They've got these storm drains tied in with sanitary from the sanitary inside, right?
You smoke?
No, I gave that up a few years back.
Oh, you're a good man.
I tried. Yeah, I loved it though. I loved to. I did. I used to love smoking, but my wife got pregnant. This was, wow, almost 14 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. I did start back up for about 2 months, about maybe 9 years ago, and then it's the kids. I never smoked around the kids, but my son, his immune system wasn't the greatest, and they said the smoke off my clothes could have potentially transferred a bit.
That's right.
So it's like, quit again.
Yeah.
Gotta look out for the kids, right? They're always number one.
Well, my daughter has 3 kids, and she's the occasional smoker.
Okay, yeah.
They mightn't smoke for a month, but the last year she was telling me she took a notion for a cigarette, so she went out into the garage, had a cigarette,
Yeah.
and then she'll look upstairs to one of the kids, and the boy says to her, "Mom, you smell like Granda."
There you go. Oh, that's funny. Everything still looks good? That's awesome.
Hopefully when someone uses the water up above. It won't.
Well, if you're running yours, it should back up if it was still plugged. But we pulled some wire, the heat trace, out of the eaves trough, because they all tie in, I guess, in this location. So
What is that?
that's a heat trace. So basically a wire goes up and down the pipes and into the drain, and it basically keeps it from freezing.
Oh.
So it just got a little bit of temperature to it so that it doesn't freeze up. And because we've seen so many places you go and the drains are just frozen, and it's like frozen all the way up. And so they started implementing these.
We
And
always hear the gravel from the roof going down.
Oh, yeah?
You know, from the raccoons.
yeah.
So I just always thought it was just normal water and the gravel.
It should have been, but I guess here it's a combined system. You can have a combined system where storm goes to sanitary. You just can't have it where sanitary goes to storm, because storm line goes right out to the lake, right?
That's what I thought that was.
This is
like
storm.
rainwater.
Yeah, and that's what it is. But because it's an old building, right? These are really old buildings. Back when they were built, it was on a combined system out on the road, but everything went to a treatment plant and then out to the lake. So still does in this building, I guess. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that as long as it goes to the treatment plant.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm gonna grab some wire cutters and see if I can clean up my cables there.
So it was all stopped up here?
Yeah, well, it was at this point is 30 feet. So I was about 20 feet in, so right by the main there. So just before it hit the main, because it was tied into your line there. This way. Just gonna squeeze behind you there.
Yep.
No, no. So, who do you guys deal with with electric? What company? Trace? You may want to call them, and because I don't know if there might be a fuse or something, or your fuse box.
The problem here is the new Anglys here with the heaters 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And they didn't tie them in up top. So sure they're gonna fall down. I've had them before, the cable going in.
Yeah. But with me cutting it.
I told them it was between me, you, and the wall. I told
Yeah.
them to try this. I told them this was hanging down. I don't know how the hell I got out of the pipe, but I told them months ago. I never done nothing about it.
Really, eh? Okay.
What do you do?
Unfortunately, not too much, I think, eh?
Oh.
So this will be the bottom end, and that the more gray wire, the single one there, that's where I'm gonna cut it. This won't come out because it's actually going right up, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut it and we're gonna try to pull it out there and kind of tie it up so that it's kind of out of the way. But then I would contact Trace and then see if they can come in.
Oh yeah, I can hear it here.
So that's that. Oh, sorry.
You're not just a pretty face.
Hey! But I'm also a pretty face. Not just a pretty face.
Yeah, wait, because the other neighbor go home. How long are you married?
Married a year.
Oh, you were living in sin.
We were living in sin, John. We were. But you know what? We thought it's better to have the money and be prepared than to kind of just rush into something. Like, we've been together going on 15 years now, right? So
You're still a rookie.
oh yes, that's what I've heard. I've heard a lot of things. I'm still a baby. It's like, Jesus, I don't feel like a baby anymore. But that's it, right? It's when you deal with people with experience in life, you don't realize. And
So I told Kathy that it seems to be fixed. She was in the
It is fixed.
It is fixed. Do you want to go and tell people?
Yep.
Okay. He's just gonna go knock on the
Oh,
door.
yeah, that's lovely.
I just yelled at him this morning. Go upstairs, somebody's using the water.
Yeah.
It was coming out of the overflow in the tub too. Oh,
not fun, eh?
yeah.
Mary's enjoying this. She's headed for it.
Oh, sure. No, I just gotta spend the rest of the morning job exiting.
That's it. Massive clean now.
Oh, God. Wow, it totally wrapped itself around all of that.
Oh yes.
Your hand had been in there too, Mary, and pulled you out.
What?
Your hand had been down there and pulled you out too.
We've only had that happen 3 or 4 times. It's not too often.
Wow.
No. No, this I've had happen a couple times to me, but it's kind of one of those things where you never know. Like, you wouldn't think they would have had the trace wire so far in, especially when it's connected to the sanitary.
Wow.
But
Look out, Jimmy.
I knew a guy one time, he had rubber gloves on and he was using a drill to drill through a wall.
oh yeah,
Something pulled a finger out of it. The glove caught on the
yep.
pulled the finger out of it.
Well, that's why, like, when I'm running this snake, I always wear the leather gloves, because these gloves, because of the friction, right? And this snake, a guy told me he had a ponytail, he had long hair, and it kicked up. Like, you're supposed to have, the cables aren't supposed to be kinked at all because they jump around, right? And it jumped up behind him, grabbed his ponytail. If he was in a predicament where there's some times where you're like far away, you got to hold that down. If he would have lost his weight on that, on the handle, it would have completely scalped him. Oh yeah, people think, oh, it's not a dangerous job or anybody can do this job. It's like, unfortunately, you got to know what you're doing.
Of course you do. The guy back home one time, he was working on his car. And the little cars, the fan belt, the fan was right in front.
Yeah, yeah.
And he leaned over, he had his tie off. And they fucking choked him.
Really, eh?
Ah, damn right.
That's, you just never know.
You never know.
Could even came up the sink. Like if somebody had like a bowl of soup or something, they thought it would just wash away.
It was like macaroni.
Oh yeah,
Carrots.
yep. You'd be surprised what people try to throw down the sink.
Man.
We've seen it all.
Have you put knickers on you? Keep it warm.
Oh yeah, the next time I see that coming up again, I'm running upstairs and tell everybody stop. Yeah. You didn't let her know? Fascinating.
Oh, I didn't tell you guys. There's a $50 viewing charge, eh? It's okay. We'll just bill Travis.
I did not plug that yet, should I? Or
What's that? You can. I'm all done.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Whenever. No rush. I'm gonna be here a few minutes still.
Finish this, I'm going.
Not a problem.
So that's all it is. It's just a metal thing that goes down.
Yep. It's kind of like a big spring. You spin it one way, it feeds itself in. You spin it the other, and it feeds itself
Oh, it
out.
looks like the head looks like a snake,
Yeah.
kind of.
So that's a big cutter. That's a 2-inch cutter.
Wow. Get fast.
Yeah? Well, that's good.
They won't let me, Mary, that's why.
I was texting with Kathy, and she said, it's time for a glass of wine. I said, I'm waiting till 11. I'm waiting till 11 o'clock. Oh, man. Before I can start cleaning.
Well, it's actually kind of a blessing in disguise. I got here, pardon me, I went to a job this morning downtown and it got canceled. We weren't able to do it. So
Really?
who knows how long it would have been. Because like if everybody else was stuck on a job, it could have been potentially hours, right? So
Oh, my
So
God.
you owe me $50 now.
I owe you. Oh, you caught me. See? I should have kept my mouth shut.
Yeah, you should have.
But another way we could look at it, John, You don't gotta pay for a cleaning crew to come in because we were hours and.
Oh my God.
Okay, so now you're back to owing me 50. See?
Oh, I haven't been any cleaning.
I saved you money, John.
Hey, John, watch out. His phone is right there.
Hey?
The phone is right there.
Oh, I'm not there. Sure, you
Look,
can
it's
clean
clean
it.
the sludge.
You can clean it.
I sanitize that thing every day.
We had this little entertainment back to work. I actually canceled the job I had. There's no way. I told him yesterday, okay, I'll do that job. And then this morning I said, nope, can't do it.
Not that there.
Huh? Wouldn't touch that water that was coming out. He's saying a lot.
What's that?
Even the rest go around that big pipe.
We're good. We're good. All right.
That is one amazing tool.
You know what? It's all about how you use it, though. If you don't know what you're doing, like, you could, like, they could have potentially got the cable stuck, right? If when you don't know what you're doing, it's like, I find it funny that people will go to Home Depot, so rent this machine, and it's like, because like you go to a job and you charge them a couple $100, right? And it's like they don't realize the experience that comes with that couple $100.
Oh yeah, no,
Like, yeah, I knew a guy, I snaked a drain for him, and he's like, I charged him $200. And he's like, oh, I could have did that myself.
oh yeah, sure.
It's like, okay, that's fine. But how long have you been doing this? He's like, well, I don't do it. Okay, what's a snake gonna cost you to rent? He's like, maybe $100. I'm like, okay, what's your time worth? You gotta diagnose the problem, go to Home Depot, rent the machine, come back, do the job, go back, come back home. It's a few hours right there. I have all the equipment, right?
What if they make it worse?
Exactly. What if you don't know what you're feeling for and the cable gets stuck? If you kink a cable and you rent it from Home Depot, you now bought that cable. It's $100. Each length is $100. Right? And it's like, they don't look at that and they just, oh, I could have did that. You're right. Technically, you may have been able to. But if you're a computer analyst, I know nothing about computers. I might be able to figure it out if I start just tinkering around.
Or
But
explode your computer.
exactly. What could happen? It's like,
Well, anyway, you have a nice day.
you as well. Have a better day, I should say.
It's pretty better. I had that go clean now.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Ah, there you go. You got a good attitude about it.
Anyway, Happy New Year.
You as well, thank you. Take this out. So I'm gonna take this out, John, and then I'll come back. I gotta grab my phone there, gotta grab my cord. We'll do a little cleanup.
I thought you were gonna leave the phone for me.
You want it? You can buy it, John. I'll sell it to you. Oh, do you got trays here now? Do you have trays here?
We're doing other stuff.
Oh yeah? Maybe just, if you see them, just mention to them that we ended up snaking and...
These guys don't do that. They just do that.
Oh, I see. Okay, they have their individual guys. Okay, John. Sorry.
Just leave that shit there. till
Yeah?
it dries out, and then I dump it.
Okay. What I would recommend, when you got some time today, maybe grab a couple buckets of water if you got a hose around, just to kind of wash this down, eh?
Good idea.